Have you ever worked with a client who sucked the living daylights out of you? You know, one of those energy vampires who, when you see their number come up on the phone or you see an email pop into your inbox, your stomach drops and you just say, oh God, not them again. What do they want now? And you really don't want to have to deal with them. I want to talk to you today about how you can handle clients like that. Now, let's kind of hit this head on. Most people will say to you at that point, if a client's draining your energy and making you feel rubbish, just sack them. And in many cases, that really is the right answer. It's your business. You do not have to be at the beck and call of any client who is not worthy of you or not appreciative of you. However, I am always somebody that says if the client is a complete duffer, just get rid of them. Sometimes, though, these clients can be, let's say, re-educated. They actually can be guided to become a good client. Sometimes what's happening is you are letting them walk all over you. You are not setting them any boundaries. You're not giving them any parameters. You're accepting all of their crap. And you are basically enabling them to be a crap client. So the first step I would suggest is trying to re-educate them, trying to reposition things to see whether they're capable of being a good client, because very often they actually can be. So how can you try to rebalance things with a bit of an energy vampire client in order to see whether you can turn them into a good one? Here are some of the things that you can do. The first thing is take charge. Be the person that is in control. Very often what happens with a needy client, the ones that make you feel really underappreciated, it's because they're the ones that are peppering you. They are constantly needy. Can I have this? Can you do that? Can I get another one of those? Can I get a reply to this today? Can you come back to me on such and such? And it feels like the client is the one in control, and you can often feel like you're a minion or you're just not kind of appreciated and valued. So what you can look to do is be more proactive with these clients, and that can be a bit of a contradiction because they're the clients you want to spend the least amount of time talking to. But actually, by being proactive, by talking to them about upcoming work and by scheduling it in and talking about deadlines and things like that, sometimes you can actually then completely reframe the work that's coming up, and you can help them to manage their needs and their requirements. You can kind of head them off at the pass rather than leaving them in control and you just being the person who's very reactive and at their beck and call. The second thing to think about is remind them what they're actually paying for. I often talk about clients being like naughty children, in that it's a client's job in a way to test your boundaries, because the simple truth is people never remember what they've signed up for. Yes, we had a load of conversations at the time and you explained everything absolutely perfectly, but they don't remember that stuff. It's not what's really important to them. So clients often work on the basis that they'll kind of keep seeing how much more you will include for them, and they assume that when they hit their limit you will let them know. And what very often happens is you're just so lovely you never say no, and before you know it they're getting far more than they're paid for, and you're just feeling completely abused. So going back to a client and just gently reminding them what's in their package or what they've paid for and what is outside it can very often really help to reset those boundaries and help a client to understand when they are pushing things too far and expecting things they are not entitled to. And that also leads on to being much clearer with a client about boundaries. Simple things like deadlines or turnaround times. If a client constantly expects things from you yesterday, remind them what your expected turnaround times are. Remind them when they need to get in touch with you if they want something by a particular date. But even talking to them about boundaries, like things like your availability. What days, what hours are you available? How likely are you to be available to deal with them immediately if they send you a voicemail or drop you an email? Or should they expect to be waiting a few hours, a couple of days or something like that for a response? It's your business. You get to set those boundaries. You just need to actually be clear on them and reinforce them with the client. And of course, one of the super areas to absolutely reinforce with clients in terms of boundaries is payment terms. So if somebody is a tad slapdash with your payment terms and they're not very good at paying you on time, make sure you remind them. Yes, it's on your invoice. Again, they don't read it. It's in their email inbox, wherever. So remind them, be very clear with them around your payment terms. Remind them what date the payment is expected. Nudge them to set it up on a standing order or get it onto Go Cardless or something like that. And if you try all of those things and your client is still an energy vampire who you hate having to deal with, then you should sack them for sure. You do not have to tolerate clients who drain your energy, suck the mojo out of you, make you feel undervalued, unappreciated, and potentially even make you resentful of them and resentful of your own business. If you have an absolute duffer or a little collection of duffers and you kind of know you need to do something about it, but you're not quite brave enough to address it and you'd like some support to do that, get in touch with me at taylory.co.uk and I can help you reset the boundaries with your needy clients.